We have Summer's mother here. We need your full attention and respect.
Eyes front. Pay attention, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, my name is Dalia Taylor. Now you know I'm Summer's mom. I have it prepared on a piece of paper. We are unbelievably humbled to be surrounded by you all this morning. The work of this community is to seek justice for those who for centuries have been victims of oppression, violence, discrimination, and death. And so we deeply thank you for extending your love to our child. Whether Mr. Kelete intended to strike our child and Dia's love, or whether it was an accident like he claims, the increasingly regular practice of weaponizing cars is real for BLM protesters in this city. Before their death, Summer had texted me about seeing a car run into a crowd of protesters. The Seattle Times featured protesters reporting that they were chased by cars on a daily basis. And there are multiple reports that an off-duty officer was obsessively menacing Summer and Diaz's group on more than one occasion. My child is dead, and someone else is terribly, terribly injured. And it was Mr. Kelete who did that to them. But I can tell you this, I am less angry at a possibly impaired driver with drug-induced psychosis than I am shocked that the hatred toward this movement coming from so much of the public, including law enforcement and possibly the defendant, and that this hatred was possibly responsible for the death of my child. And I am petrified by its threat to our country. No. So, dear friends of Seattle, we want to assure you that it is our goal to continue lifting up Summer's spirit. Along with the criminal charges brought against Mr. Kelete by the prosecutor's office, Summer and several other injured protesters will be part of a suit holding the government and SPD responsible for the assault they suffered during protests and for the lack of protection from outside threats. We plan to legally hold all parties accountable whose actions pertaining to the freeway that night contributed to Summer's death. We believe through these lawsuits we will help fight the fundamental issue of racism in Western Washington law enforcement. For if officers had been more neutral and less resentful toward protesters, this tragedy would not have happened. And definitely, officers wouldn't have posted memes about my baby on the day that they died. The problems of racism in policing and racism in our communities is real. Thank you so much for being here, for all your support, your messages, your contributions. It has meant the world to us. Thank you.
Summer season! All year! Summer season! All year! Summer season! All year! Summer season! All year! Endless! Summer! Endless! Summer! Endless! Summer! Endless! Summer! Endless! Summer! Endless! Summer! We all we got! We all we need!
Let's give her another round of applause, please.